So around Local 3 News, when the springtime rolls around, for us that brings an added excitement because that means it's almost time for our annual St Jude Dream Home giveaway. But don't think for a second that any of the magic can happen with just our broadcast, because there are so many people behind the scenes who work to make this beneficial not only for our area, but absolutely for the kids and the families at St Jude Hospital in Memphis. Geoff Ramsey knows that very well. He's with Chattanooga Real Estate Partners and for a number of years now has been part of the St Jude Dream Home magic. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So first of all, I want to let people know is that as Geoff and I talk about some prize money that he'll be able to kind of get you excited about, we're on the countdown. 1,200 tickets, all that's left for the Dream Home giveaway this year.
Yeah, and started out with 16,500, which is really good odds.
Yeah.
And there's only 1,200 left, but if you meet the early bird deadline, you also have a chance to win the early bird prize, which is a $10,000 Visa gift card. But don't be disappointed if you win the gift card, because you still get to go back in the hopper and you still have a chance at the house.
So let me translate for you. This early bird prize means that if you buy your St. Jude Dream Home ticket before April 30th,
yes.
So that really means by midnight on Friday going into Saturday, however you want to look at it, that $100 purchase or more, if you want to buy more than a ticket,
absolutely,
puts you in the drawing to win $10,000 prize courtesy of Real Estate Partners. Do I have that right?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's get to the heart of it all, of why you get so excited and why you want to do this. A few years ago, you had an opportunity to go down to Memphis and see the hospital firsthand. It's life-changing.
It really is. We've been doing this for 10 years, and I've toured the hospital with GTESA many times, and the facility is absolutely amazing, and it really is just all about the kids. And when you walk in, you see children getting pulled in these little red wagons, mm-hmm. and somebody realized that their only view is the white ceiling tiles. So now those ceiling tiles are all 3D puffy clouds.
Right.
I mean, it's not just a place for healing and research, but it's a feel-good kind of place.
Yeah,
too.
there is nothing there that has not been thought through. And you know, it's interesting, as many times as I've had conversations on air or just in private with people who've been to the hospital, the first thing everybody always mentions is walking in and seeing those children being pulled in the wagons.
Uh-huh.
That's my memory too.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because they're smiling.
Yep.
Do you remember that? You were expecting, how are you going to put on a brave face? But the kids are happy.
Yeah, I'm showing up trying to figure out how not to cry.
Yeah.
And the kids are, but for the most part, they're in good spirits and full of hope.
Yeah.
And the families are scared but full of hope. And I mean, it's a great organization.
I'll jump around a little bit, but since you mentioned Gus at GTESA, he too has seen it.
Oh, yes.
So when they are building the house, this year's house happens to be like a 4-bedroom, 4-bath in Saudi, very livable house for your family. $650,000 value is the prize. But I'm sure, though they put a lot into each house they build, I bet that for their builders, this has an even more meaningful experience.
Absolutely. So we have national partners, or St. Jude does. I think we've got 19 states that they're doing dream homes in now. We've got 3 going in Tennessee, and I think 43 across the nation. And Shaw Floors, just right here in North Georgia, donates all the flooring for every one of the homes. Just gives it to them. So they get the pick of the best product from Shaw. Ferguson's jumps in and supplies appliances, and you get to go in and pick, the builders pick top of the line. I mean, so it's all top notch. It's a great product.
And you and I have been talking about the quick sale of the tickets, only 1,200 left, to the point you made about the other houses around the country. What I remember in my days of being involved with it was that the Chattanooga market is one of the most successful ones, the campaign here that St. Jude does. I mean, people in this community get behind it.
They really do. We're blessed to have a great community in Chattanooga and North Georgia and the surrounding areas. A few years back, we did one in Barrington Point, and somebody from Knoxville won it. So people from East Tennessee and North Georgia all jump on board.
I'm sure I'll have a chance to talk with Gus before the big countdown really gets underway. But do you have anything to get us excited about with what you know about the house? It's okay if you don't.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I have not been to the house this year.
It'll be a surprise for you too.
It will be. Our market is pretty crazy in Chattanooga right now, so I'm staying pretty busy, so I didn't have a chance to go tour it. And plus, don't really want to go get in their way. Need to let those guys work.
Well, they do have fun with it. I mean, every year when we talk to Gus and Emily, they're so excited about kind of the newest thing they're bringing to the house.
They step it up every year.
They do. Every time you think, well, they can't, they're going to just have to duplicate it next year. They don't. They do something even better.
Yep, sure do. So it's always exciting to see the product. I think last year was the first year that I didn't get to walk through it because of, what was going on.
I do want to go back to Memphis with you for a second, though, when you were talking about the research that they do, and you had shared a story with me about a mom who you had a conversation with, and her shock when she went to pay for the medicine only to find out there were no costs assumed when you're there. Did you have a chance to go to this? It was a rotunda kind of a building, and it chronicles Danny Thomas's story, and it shows the success rates. Do you remember that part?
Absolutely. I think when he started, childhood like leukemia had maybe a 3% survival rate. Now it's around 97-98% survival rate. So the work they're doing is paying off. It is 100% private money raised. The Dream Homes this year will raise about $50 million for the hospital, St Jude Children's Research Hospital, and that. When I first started 10 years ago with this project, it was $2 million a day to run the hospital.
Really?
So now it's probably closer to $3 or more $1 million a day. So we'll raise roughly $1.5 million with this Dream Home, and that'll run the hospital for about a half a day.
And half a day?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you think about for those medical professionals down there, what it means for them, because we've had such a focus the last 2 years on the strain of the medical community. Their gifts have been to give this kind of care to people and to be able to do it in a truly powerful way and not have to have the worry of a family not being able to afford what their child needs. That must be a blessing that comes back to that staff too.
And it's been all over the news. If you haven't seen it, you haven't looked at any news channel. Like St. Jude is pulling kids out of the Ukraine and bringing them over here. It's all over. I mean, it's more than just the Dream Home. The Dream Home is amazing, and the support of our community is just absolutely amazing. But the organization itself does such wonderful work.
And that's why people rush to buy the tickets. That's why there are only the 1,200 left.
Yeah. So worst case, you donate $100 to St. Jude.
Correct.
Best case, you get that $10,000 Visa gift card and the house. It's a win-win to me. So
there are multiple ways you can do this. If you want to call, you can call 800-750-6962. That's the way you can buy your ticket. You also can go to dreamhome.org. You can get your ticket that way. To my knowledge, there's no limit on how many tickets you can purchase.
That's my understanding.
If you want to throw in $500 and buy 5 tickets, by all means, you have at it. And the Dream Home giveaway, of course, will be coming up in June. We'll be talking about it more in the weeks to come. But for Geoff's influence this morning with the $10,000 early bird, you've got to get that ticket, or tickets plural, purchased before you wake up on the morning of April 30th.
That is correct.
Thank you, Geoff.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
St. Jude Dream Home tickets are almost sold out. Get yours now.
If you get your ticket before April 30th, you'll also have a chance to win a $10,000 gift card. So call or go online now to get your ticket before they sell out.